and welcome to this video on using Inject and Debug nodes in MUSE Automator. The Inject node allows you to create and send messages into a flow either manually with a click or on a schedule. It's perfect for testing functions, formatting payloads, or simulating devices and events. The Debug node displays the outputs of nodes like message.payload or the entire message object in the Debug sidebar. The Debug node is your window into what's really happening inside your flow. We will start by building a simple flow with just an Inject and a Debug node. Click and drag in an Inject node from the node palette on the left and drop it onto your canvas. Now we will drag in a Debug node and drop that onto the canvas. Next, wire these two nodes together by clicking and dragging the output of the Inject node over to the input of the Debug node. Please note that it is not necessary to connect to a controller for this simple example, so a controller node is not necessary. Deploy the project so that the flow we just created is running. Select the Debug Messages tab in the right sidebar. This is where messages from your debug node will be displayed. You can also press the trash can icon in the Debug Messages sidebar to clear any existing messages. Click the button on the left of the Inject node to inject the message into your flow, and you will see a message appear in your debug sidebar. We'll look deeper into these messages shortly. The only thing important for now is that a message appears. Now that we have a basic message being sent to our debug sidebar, let's explore these nodes a little more closely. Double-click the Inject node to open the settings for that node. We can start by using the name field to give the node a friendly name. It is important to make sure that each node has a unique and identifiable name. This is especially important as the size and complexity of your projects increases. No one wants to open up every single node to find out what it does. Next, select the down arrow next to message.payload to choose which data type to use. There are multiple data type options to choose from, but for this example, we will use string and enter hello world into the field. We will also use the string data type for message.topic and enter the string training. Looking at the bottom of the Inject node settings, you will see some options that we will not be using in this video, but you will want to be aware of. For example, the Add button allows you to add more message properties to your message. Inject once after is used to automatically send a message when the flow is deployed or the program starts. It also has a configurable delay. The Repeat option allows you to configure your message to repeat based on a variety of different interval types. Next, press the Inject Now button and you will see the Hello World message in your debug sidebar. But notice that you do not see message.topic displayed. This is because by default, the debug node only displays message.payload, but we can configure this node to show the data that we want. Close the Inject node settings by pressing the Done button and open the Debug node settings by double-clicking on the Debug node. The Output section allows you to adjust what data is displayed in the debug sidebar. For this example, we are going to choose the Complete Message Object option, and we will check both the debug window and node status options. We will also use the Name field to give this debug node a friendly name of From Inject. This makes it easier to find in the debug sidebar when you have multiple debug nodes displaying data. Now we can press Done on the debug node settings, press Deploy, and clear the existing debug messages with the trash can icon. Next, press the button on the Inject node to send our message. You will now see the string we configured for message.payload is displayed under the debug node. This is because of the node status checkbox. In the debug sidebar, it will show the friendly name of the debug node that received the message. The message data also has more information than before. Click the arrow next to the debug data to expand the message object to show all properties. With the object expanded, you can now see both message.payload and message.topic as well as their values. That's it for this video. For more news and product information, visit us at our website at amx.com. For troubleshooting tips, FAQs, and code examples, visit our Anytime Help Center at help.harmonpro.com.